Hey guys, Akira here on Battlerite today, and today two new champions have come out. Ruh Kaan and Jumong, I believe is his name. Today we're going to do the character ability overviews, not getting it into the Battlerites because there's a lot of experimenting to be done with that, and it always changes depending upon the opponent's composition anyway. So first off, your left click, Defiled Blade, 8 damage to an enemy. 8. If it's charged though, as you can see there's a little bar next to my health filling up right there, yellow, now it is green. It inflicts curse on the target. So what curse does is every melee attack against that target will do 2 extra damage and you're going to heal 4 health. And curse lasts 2.4 seconds, so as you can already tell he's got quite a bit of lifesteal. Now we go to our right click. Shadow Bolt is a shadow projectile that does 26 damage, 4 bonus damage if your weapon is charged. So if this is green, you're going to be doing 30 damage instead of 26 that it would do without it. So as you can see, it is pretty long. It's probably about the same speed as Jade's, and you cannot move while channeling it anyway. So your space is a dash attack that deals 16 area damage. So at the end of the dash, it's going to do a cleave arcing kind of slice, and it's going to hit everything in between that. Got pretty good distance in my opinion. Get rid of these. Your Q is Consume, negates projectile and melee attacks in front of you and inflicts Fading Snare on melee attackers. Negating an attack charges your weapon and resets the cooldown of Shadow Bolt. So not only will your green up here be charged, it will also reset the Shadow Bolt. So maybe you're going to do a combo like left click. I doubt you'd be doing right click up close, but maybe you'll do a right click into left click. You'll do some shielding. You'll reset the cooldown on your right click immediately. Pretty cool. So your E is Claw of the Wicked, a claw that will drain 10 health and pull the enemy towards you. So this is what it does. It has a pretty decent range and it's going to heal you 10 health. So that's a nice way to set up maybe an ultimate, maybe a pro's throwing her ult there and then you're going to pull them because they're not expecting it. Boom. Now your EX skills are the EX space, which is Reaping Scythe. Consume the life force of nearby enemies, dealing 30 damage and leeching 30 health over 1.8 seconds, and also increases your movement speed by 33%. So this is a spinning AoE which will hit everything in its way. Pull you to me real quick. So if this can actually do 30 damage to each target, that's 60, and I don't know if it can double heal as well, but then you would actually be healing 60 health. It looks like it actually is double healing because these are kind of overlapping with each other. But that's pretty crazy, especially when you have the extra movement speed. I don't know how likely it is for people to get away with that. They're probably going to have to silence that, or else they're in for a world of pain. Now your E, when you shift it and EX it, it becomes a claw that will heal your ally and pull them towards you for 24. They will heal your ally for 24. Enemies can block this, however. As you see, I'm not dealing any damage to this target and I'm not healing it. This is my enemy target. So an enemy can get in your way if you're trying to save your ally from a pearl ore or anything like that. An enemy can get in the way and block it, so be careful when you're doing that. Your R is called Nether Void, warps to a location and inflicts curse on nearby enemies. Whoops, that is not my R. Alright, here's your R. You teleport, you inflict curse on the little targets. Pretty decent circle size. Curse on both. Now, your left click does not have AoE, so that's good. That would be pretty OP if you were to curse 2 targets and if they were together enough that you would be able to hit both of them and double heal. Now your ultimate transforms you into a shadow beast, replaces your left click and right click with more powerful versions. So if we go ahead and use that and read it, your right click or your left click becomes a AoE attack which deals 20 damage and leeches 16 health from your target, which is 0.35 cast time. So it is going to be very quick cast time. As you can see, it's hitting both targets. Your right click, when you're in ultimate form, is launches a claw that deals 20 damage, leeches 16, and pulls the enemy towards you. 0.6 second cast time. So as you can see, it's not actually pulling it completely towards me. It pulls it, I don't know, a couple feet, about 5 feet, 5 meters, whatever you want to call it in this kind of a game. So you're not gonna pull them, but you can kind of chain them. It's kind of, you're probably gonna have to be predicting where they're gonna be moving, to be honest, but it is pretty good. Maybe you want to pull 2 different targets and get them off your ally or something like that. And then if they were actually grouped up, you'd be able to do just left click the crap out of them. And I'm assuming you'd be leeching off both targets at the same time, which means you'd heal 32 health per hit and deal 40 damage a hit. So as you can see, it has a very generous range to it, in my opinion. Look how far apart those are. One here, and one here, and I'm still able to hit all 3 at the same time. So let's see how many attacks you can actually get off during your entire ult if you were to be holding down left click from the beginning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 8 attacks. So you're getting 7 left clicks out, and each of them are doing 20 damage and healing 16 health. So if you were to somehow get an enemy stunned or something, maybe a croak stun, you'd be able to get off 7 hits doing 20 damage each. You're going to do 140 damage to your target. So this works on the orbs as well. So both the left click and right click do the same damage and heal the same amount. The only difference is the cast time. I don't know if it's wise to be using the right click to use your ult even to begin with if you're too far from your targets, because otherwise you're just wasting how many attacks you can get. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're going to get 5 right clicks out as compared to 7 left clicks. So you're losing quite a bit of damage. So maybe you want to make sure you have maybe an ally stun the target, so you'd be right on top of them to begin with your left click spree for optimizing your damage and healing. Right click, it'll come in handy in some situations. Maybe you're pulling an enemy into a Pearl ult, maybe Pearl setting up her ult, you pull them towards you with 2 or 3 of these, and then you begin left clicking while Pearl's ulting. So let's see, it does have knockback on it though, so you might knock out of ults, but there's a lot of synergies I believe that this character is going to be able to bring to the table. He just has a crap load of sustain himself. I don't think I've seen any character that has this much sustain. He might even be able to do more healing than Pearl in the end. It seems like almost every ability has lifesteal. Left click does, right click doesn't, space doesn't, your Q doesn't, your E does. So you have 2 abilities that have lifesteal, not even EXing. Your third is be your space if you EX it. So he's got quite a bit of lifesteal. On top of that, that curse. He's going to be probably really tough to box with against if you're another melee character. So he's probably going to be better fought against as a ranged character. If it's a melee versus melee, you're probably going to have a tough time. But that's the overview of this character. I'm not going to go into Battlerites once again because it always changes depending on compositions, yours and your enemies. So hope you guys like this. If it helped you, leave a thumbs up, leave a comment. Let me know what you want to see next. Thank you for watching. Take care. Bitch, don't block my shit. Roll.
Ultimate